Hey guys, yesterday we did not get through all of Capricorn Clark's direct examination from the government, so I wanted to go ahead and do this quick video where that is playing, where we conclude that, and then we can move on to cross-examination of Capricorn Clark by Mark Agnifilo. Now, if you missed yesterday's video, the thumbnail looks something like this, okay? And it will be in the description box. Guys, shout out to y'all. Thank you for donating for the transcripts. We will continue to review this. Every day. Hopefully, we will get through all of them. I have a lot of videos to do on these transcripts, as promised. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Wait for the cross-examination of Capricorn Clark with Mark Agnifilo. Wanted to finish this first. Let's go. What was Miss Ventura's reaction when you said that? Do you really think he will? What was Mr. Cuddy's reaction, if you recall? Agnifilo says, I'm going to object to this. What grounds? It's hearsay. Court says sustain. Your Honor, government, for a reaction, I'm looking for a verbal reaction. I can phrase it that way. The court speaks, and the question can be rephrased, and we'll see if there is an objection. Ms. Steiner, thank you, Your Honor. Questioning continues by Ms. Steiner. What was Mr. Kid Cudi's appearance after you informed him of that? Mind blown. Agnifilo. I'll object to the answer as that being an appearance. The court says objection is sustained. The jury should disregard the witness. Last answer. Ms. Steiner, let's move on. What did you do next with Miss Ventura? She and I went back to Puff's house. And approximately what time of day is it now? Maybe 11, maybe 11:30, somewhere around there. It started early. Miss Foster, can you please put exhibits up? What does this photograph depict? This is Puff's second rental house in Los Angeles. Is this the 9374 Beverly Crest address? It is. Is this where you lived in 2011? It is. Who is present in the house when you and Miss Ventura arrived? Puff and Rube. Can you just indicate for the jury where you entered the house? This visual is on the back of the house. We entered on the front side on the top level of the house into the vestibule. So did you enter through the vestibule at the top of the house? Yes. Can you take that down? She directs Miss Foster to take an exhibit down. What happened after you and Miss Ventura entered the vestibule of the house? Puff was standing there in a robe and his underwear, and he immediately began kicking Cassie. Can you describe how Mr. Combs was kicking Miss Ventura? 100% full force, in her legs to begin with. She was facing him to start, and he kicked her, her in like the thigh and on her legs. He just kept kicking her. He never used his hands. And you said he kept kicking her? Was he kicking her more than once? Yes. He repeatedly kicked her, and she just kept, each kicked, she would crouch into more and more of a fetal position. And as Miss Ventura was crouching more and more in a fetal position, can you describe where she was physically located? Outside. By now we were in the courtyard of the home, just outside of the vestibule. Every time she kicked and moved back, every time she got kicked, she moved back. And approximately how far back did Miss Ventura get moved back from the kicks? A couple of steps each time. And in total, all the way to the street, approximately how far is that? Maybe 20 feet? And you said that Miss Ventura kept crouching further into a fetal position, is that right? Yes. And by the time she reached the street, can you describe what her body looked like? She was all the way on the ground in full fetal position. What was Mr. Combs doing to Miss Ventura in the street when she was on the ground in full fetal? She wasn't doing anything. She was crying silently. What, if anything, was Mr. Combs doing to her? Kicking her. Where was he kicking her when she was on the ground? Her back. Anywhere else? It was on her backside. She was here, so whatever was revealed. What was ever off the ground sign, he was kicking her. How far were you from Miss Ventura while this was happening? No more than 5 feet. Was Rube present? He was. And how far was he from Miss Ventura? No more than 5 feet. What, if anything, did Mr. Combs tell you while he was kicking Miss Ventura? He said if I jump in, he was going to F me up too. Did you intervene? I did not. Why not? I had never seen him do that. I was in shock. And my heart was breaking for seeing her get hit like that. Agnifilo, I'm going to object, Your Honor. The court speaks. Objection is sustained. The jury should disregard the last sentence of the witness answer. Miss Steiner, let's move on. You testified, Miss Clark, that Rube was also present and close to Miss Ventura when this was happening. Is that right? Yeah. What, if anything, did Rube do to intervene? Absolutely nothing. Who, if anyone, did you contact after you observed that Rube was not intervening? I called D-Rock. What did you tell D-Rock? I said, tell your brother to stop him. And when you say him, who are you referring to? Puff. What did you explain to D-Rock was happening? That he was kicking the shit out of Cassie. And when you say him, who are you referring to? Puff. Did you contact anyone else aside from D-Rock? I did. Who did you contact? Paul Overt. Why did you contact Paul? I didn't see Rube's phone ringing. Was Mr. Overt D-Rock and Rube's supervisor? He was. What did you inform Mr. Overt? Same thing. I said, Paul, he's kicking the shit out of her. Help her. How did Mr. Overt respond? I'll handle it. And while you were there, did you ever observe Rube intervening? Never. What, if anything, did Mr. Combs tell you after you made these calls? He said, matter of fact, you get the F out of my house. Did you leave his house? On foot. I walked. Yes, I walked. Why did you leave on foot? They had taken me from my home. I had no vehicle. After you left, do you know if the beatings or do you know if Mr. Combs continued to kick Miss Ventura? Court intervenes. Let's move on. Or you can rephrase the question. Yes, I'll rephrase it, Your Honor. After you left the property, were you still able to hear what was going on? I could. And what did you hear? Wait. You got to lay some foundation for this. The court is instructing the government. How far were you from the home? I started getting feet away. Feet away? Feet away. Okay. Were you still able to see Miss Ventura at that point? Yes. I could see her until I hit the bend. It's a mountain ring, so once you get out of view, when you turn the corner, she's out of view. And you were able to hear her? No. You were not able to hear her. Were you able to see her? No. Let me clarify. I think I've asked some confusing questions now. When you were leaving the property, were you able to see Miss Ventura until you turned the bend on the street? I was able to see her. She was still on the ground, yes. And while she was still on the ground, while you were walking away, what was happening? He was still kicking her. Who is he? Puff. Puff was still kicking her. Who, if anyone, did you call when you left the property? Regina Ventura. Who is Miss Ventura? Cassie's mom. And what, if anything, did you inform Miss Ventura? I told her, I say he's beating the shit out of your daughter. I'm in over my head. Please help her. I can't call the police, but you can. Please help her. She said, I'll handle it, and we hung up. After that, Miss Clark, did you call the police? I did not. Why didn't you call the police? The mission of the day was to get Cuddy not to involve the police. So that was certainly counterintuitive. And later that day, did you see Miss Ventura again? I did not. Where did you see her at that time? I went to the Cipriani Hotel to check on her. Is that the room where she had been staying with Mr. Combs the night before? Yes. That's near your own apartment at the time? Yes. Did you enter the room where she had been staying at with Mr. Combs? Yes. And can you describe what the room looked like? Things were thrown around everywhere. All of her belongings were scattered. Her purses were toppled over. There was no broken furniture, but the room was in complete disarray. Okay, exhibits are entered. Miss Clark, is this an email that was sent to your work email? Looks like it. Is Capricorn at tmo@blackberry.net your work email at the time? Yes. It's sent from Veronica Bang. Who is that? Cassie. And it's sent on December 23rd, 2011. Was that the day after this incident? Yes. Can you please read the message? Threats. The threats that have been made towards me by Sean Puffy Combs are that he is going to release 2 explicit S-tapes of me. One on Christmas Day, maybe before or right after, and another one sometime soon after that. He has also said that he will be having someone hurt me and Kid Cudi physically. He made a point that it wouldn't be by his hands. He actually said he'd be out of the country when it happened. Miss Clark, do you recall if you responded to this email? I don't. Okay, take this down, please. Following the incident in December 2011 that you just described, did law enforcement ever contact you about Mr. Cudi? They did. Who contacted you? The arson investigators. And approximately when did they contact you? Summer of 2012? And what, if anything, did the arson investigators request of you at that time? He wanted me to make a statement. A statement about what? A statement about what? About what happened. Cudi had provided my name to them. And when you say what had happened, are you referring to what had happened in December of 2011? Yes. Did you provide a statement to the arson investigator? I did not. Why not? Just like the police, I hung up the phone. Can you explain why you hung up the phone? I wanted this whole thing to be over, and that was just going to make it worse. Prior to receiving the phone calls from the arson investigator, did you know any details about what happened to Mr. Cudi's involving arson? No. Did you ever discuss an arson related to Mr. Cudi with Mr. Combs? Never. Following the incident in December of 2011, what, if any, questions did Mr. Combs ask you about Miss Ventura's relationship with Mr. Cudi? He just asked the same thing. When did I know about it? Why didn't I tell him? And what was his demeanor when he was asking you this? Very angry. Did he tell you anything else? He was very upset. He said I should K you bitches and I should cut her face. How frequently after this incident in December of 2011 was Mr. Combs making threats to you? Often. Approximately how many times? I'd say once we got to December 2011 and to that summer, I would say 50. Who was present when Mr. Combs was asking these questions and making these threats? D-Rock and Cassie. And what was D-Rock doing during these discussions? Questioning us. And what, if anything, did he do when Mr. Combs made these threats? He just doubled down on whatever Puff was saying in the moment. What, if anything, did Mr. Combs instruct you with respects to Miss Ventura after December 2011? That we weren't to really be friends anymore. I could just see her for work. Did your relationship with Miss Ventura change after that time? It did. Following what occurred in December of 2011, who, if anyone, at Bad Boy did you report the incident to? Love Welshell, the head of HR, and Harv Pierre. Okay, more exhibits go up. Do you recognize image? Yes. Who is depicted in this image? Harv Pierre. Who is Harv Pierre? Was the president of Bad Boy Records. Okay, take that down. Miss Clark, when did you speak to Mr. Pierre about what happened in December of 2011? In March, in Miami, March of 2012. 2012. And what specifically did you inform Mr. Pierre about that time? I told him that Puff kidnapped me with a gun and came to take me to Kill, Kid Cudi, and he beat me up, and he beat up Cassie all in one day. How did Mr. Pierre respond when you told him that? He was like, that's crazy. He was like, but it's going to be okay. Did Mr. Pierre ever mention calling the police? No. Following this incident, what if any disciplinary action was taken against you at work? I was put on a 30-day notice. Approximately when, if you recall? I don't. Did there ever come a time in August of 2012 that you were terminated from your position? I was. Was that a few months after your conversation with Mr. Pierre? Yes. And what if any misconduct were you accused of at that time? I was accused of improperly putting in for vacation that I was on. Had you sought authorization for vacation? I did. From who? Harv Pierre. During your years of employment for Mr. Combs, had you previously taken a vacation? Never. Why not? Didn't have enough money, or it really wasn't feasible. But as a global brand director, I had more bandwidth to be free. Were you still in contact with employees from HR while you were on vacation? Yes. And what, if anything, did you and who specifically? Love Wachell. And what did you tell Mr. Wachell when you were on vacation? They started sending me work to do when I was on vacation for Cassie. And I said to Love, I said they're harassing me. And I explained he's mad at me because I didn't tell him his girlfriend was cheating on him. What happened next? I was called to the office and I was terminated. Who called you to the office? Love Wachell. And what, if any, benefits did you lose when you were terminated? All of them. What does that include? Health, 401k? You know, whatever benefits I had at the time. Was your house paid for by the company? Yes. Did you lose that funding? Yes. How about your car? Lost the car. Following your termination, did you have any additional discussions with Mr. Combs? I did. And what do you recall saying in those discussions? That I would never work again. That he would show me that all these people weren't my friends, and he would make me K myself. Following your termination, did you seek other employment? I did. Did you receive job offers? I got a job. Yes. Did the job fall through? It did. Were you ultimately able to obtain and keep employment? No. Following your termination, did you reach out to Mr. Combs' attorneys? Yes. And did you reach a settlement with Mr. Combs? I did. If you recall, approximately when was that? That was in like October 2012? And was that based on allegations of wrongful termination? It was based on, yes, wrongful termination. Under the terms of the agreement, approximately how much were you paid for? Objection. Agnifilo objects. Objection, Judge. Court response. I think you can rephrase the question if you want to ask. Okay. Was it a form of objection, or was there a different basis? Agnifilo speaks. Can we approach for a second? You may. We have a sidebar. Okay. Court speaks. Ms. Steiner, I take it that you're almost done with your examination? Yeah, I am, yes. And then we'll take a short break and come back. Mr. Agnifilo? Agnifilo speaks. So the objection, I don't know that the amount of objection is relevant. And I would say it's unduly prejudicial. I mean, I don't intend to get into it. I don't know how it advances the relevant issues in this case. What the settlement for? The court speaks. Are you going to address the settlement? Agnifilo speaks. Not if they don't. I mean, that there was a settlement, but not. I'm not getting into the details. Court speaks. Let's move on from the time being, and depending on what Mr. Agnifilo does, you may be able to address the issue at redirect examination. Steiner speaks. That's fine. I do not want to flag for the court. That's fine. I do want to flag for the court. I intend to address a couple of terms, not financial terms, but the other terms of the agreement. What are those terms? The court is asking. The terms would include that they are not to disclose anything that had occurred, and Miss Ventura was also, court speaks. Again, I want to see what the cross-examination is. Steiner speaks. Okay. Can we get into it on redirect? Sure. Okay. Miss Steiner continues with her questioning. Miss Clark, aside from the settlement agreement, have you received any compensation from Mr. Combs in connection with your termination? No. Do you have any pending civil litigations against him? I do not. Did you briefly return to work for Mr. Combs after this? I did. When was that? Did you briefly return to work for Mr. Combs after this? I did. When was that? 2016. And why did you return to work for him at that time? I wanted to try to get my life back. Were you able to obtain other work? No. What was your role in 2016? Creative director for Cassandra Ventura. What were your job responsibilities as Miss Ventura's creative director? She had a new record deal with Epic. It was once again to try to figure out how to maximize her, figure out a new look, a new direction to accompany the music she was working on. Who did you report to? Sean Combs. And who, if anyone, provided approval to Miss Ventura's projects? Sean Combs. And what projects of Miss Ventura required approval by Mr. Combs? All of them. Can you describe what they might include? Oh, a mini movie, video shoot, photo shoot, red carpet look, schedule, what day were, the soup to nuts. We needed to get approval of our movements as it related to Cassie. Based on your observations of Miss Ventura during this period, what, if any, changes did you notice in her drug use? She was much worse off. Was there an increase in her drug use? Absolutely. Was she still dating Mr. Combs during this period? She was. And when did you leave this position? 2018. And is that the last time you worked with Miss Ventura? Yes. I want to direct your attention finally to December of 2023. Yes. Did there come a time when you retained an attorney in connection with your prior employment for Mr. Combs? Yes. Why did you retain an attorney at that time? I was upset about Cassie's civil complaint. Did her complaint reference you? Not at all. It traumatized me. Because it did not reference you? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're referring to? She did not mention me at all. Did there later come a time when you met with Mr. Combs' attorney in April of 2024? I did. And during that meeting, did you inform what did you inform Mr. Combs' attorneys? That I wanted my life back. And did you discuss what had occurred during December of 2011? I did. What did you inform his attorneys? I told him that he kidnapped me, and I went through the events of that day. Agnifilo speaks. Your Honor, I'm going to object to this as hearsay. Court speaks. In terms of what this witness said? In terms of, right. Court speaks. Are you anticipating the follow-up question? Agnifilo speaks. No. That question and the answer. Steiner speaks. I'm not going to elicit the response, Your Honor. Objection overruled. You can continue. Ms. Steiner, you can continue. Next question. Ms. Clark, were there any discussions that you were working in some capacity again for Mr. Combs' companies? There was. And just generally, what was discussed? Like what it would look like if I came in as chief of staff, got him up out of there, put him in rehab so that somebody that was around in the inception of a lot of his business deals would be back in place. Did you hear from Mr. Combs' attorneys again? No. When's the last time, Ms. Clark, that you communicated with Ms. Ventura? 2018. And when's the last time you communicated with Mr. Kid Cudi? 2012. No further questions at this time, Your Honor. All right. This is a good time for us. Agnifilo speaks. Can I start and then have a break? Unless we all want to stop now, whatever you want to do. The court speaks. Well, we're taking a break, which is what I was doing, and then we'll get back. Agnifilo speaks. Okay, I will take a break too. Thank you. Members of the jury, we are in a short break. Okay, so they go on a break, but there's a bit of a side conversation that happens here. Agnifilo, the court acknowledges Agnifilo and says, Mr. Agnifilo, just briefly, I know people want to take a break, but can you just give me more on the objection as to the discussion with the attorneys? No, it's fine, speaks Agnifilo says. Just thought it was essentially hearsay. You know, what she had told us. But I mean, we talked about this beforehand. I knew she was going to, the court speaks. If you're saying it's okay, then I will stop asking about it. Agnifilo says, hold on, wait. It's fine. We had discussed it beforehand. I'm hearing it's fine. No, objection withdrawn? Yeah, I'll withdraw that objection. Court speaks. Any further issues to address before break? Nothing, Judge. Very good. Okay. So they take a break. And then Agnifilo starts cross-examination, which is a perfect spot for us to stop. Make sure you guys stay tuned for this part, which will be in a separate video. I just wanted to get this part done since I started it yesterday. But do me a favor, hit the like button. I have not read Cross, and I do wonder what happened at Cross with Capricorn Clark. What do you guys think? What do you guys think so far about Capricorn Clark's testimony? Let me know. Make sure you watch the first video to follow along here. And I'll link it in the description box. Hit the like button. Support the channel. I'll see you guys.